Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub, and today I have a special guest with me. Special guest, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey Internet, I'm over 9,000.
And today we are looking at Rock and Roll Racing, developed by Silicon and Synapse, which is the company that eventually became Blizzard Entertainment, and published by Interplay Productions in 1993. There was a version that came out on Sega Genesis in 1994. We are playing the Super Nintendo version of that today. Obviously, we're jumping a little ahead in the game catalog order. I've been doing mostly Nintendo games, but since I had a special guest along with me today, I wanted to look at a two-player game. But let's go ahead and do the story setup. It's a racing game, which is weird. They have a story setup, but let's go ahead and read this. It's called The History of Rock and Roll, parentheses, Racing. The first automobile race was held in France in 1894, 7 years after the first car was made by Herr Daimler, I don't know how to say that, and Herr Benz of Germany. They made the first combustion engine used in cars of the late 19th, 20th, and early 21st centuries. One of Daimler's daughters was named Mercedes. Together, the engineers made Mercedes-Benz, still a mark of quality in the 30th century. In these automobile races, men wanted to test their wits, skill, and machines against each other, where only the best survived. Old nations like Germany, England, France, and the United States began holding regular races to celebrate the automobile, the new standard for transportation. When mankind discovered intelligent life on Bogmire in the year 2833, it started a craze like nothing ever seen before. The Saurians on Bogmire started racing with all sorts of souped-up cars to classic rock and roll music from the planet Earth. The idea caught on, and the Rock and Roll Racing Commission was formed. They are responsible for the rules, regulations, and fun of rock and roll racing. The first race was held in 2911, 1 millennium after the Indianapolis 500 began, so they named the grand prize the Indianapolis Super Cup. Flip Johnson from Terra won the first complete rock and roll race with his brand of nitrous oxide called Lightning Nitro. It was an upset since the three-race tour, daughter of Dangbar? Wait, I cannot read that. Dangbar of Bogmire was clearly in the lead. Dangbar threatened to eat Flip if he competed again, so Flip opened a school of driving on Terra, his home planet, and retired from racing. Now, of course, rock and roll racing is the most watched sport in the universe. An estimated 7.8 billion people from 17 planets tune in regularly to see the modern age demolition derby. So the further we get in the catalog, it seems like the longer the story setup for these games gets. I'm not sure if that's because they were getting better writers or they felt that they really needed to juice up the storytelling, especially for what is essentially just a racing game. But let's go ahead and get started.
I mean, this is an Interplay game, you know.
Well, they do make a lot of story-heavy games.
They
except
like
for
their
this.
story.
Technically, this is a Blizzard game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Fallout was a Black Isle game, but
Yeah.
Interplay
So
produced
I
it.
think the regular game, which I didn't start. Come on, let me start it. Let me start it. I believe the regular game is 2-player. It is, yes. And we'll do just rookie because we're a pair of old men and we don't need to be humiliated. So
I came here to be humiliated.
Okay.
That's what I get off
You
on.
want veteran or warrior?
No, I just figured I was going to lose to you.
Actually, I think if we do rookie... God, this game keeps cutting away. Let me talk. I believe if we do veteran, we can see all the planets. And if we do rookie, it cuts off after a while. So we will do veteran.
Okay.
Okay, now, I know how to find the secret character. Do you remember how to find
Let me see if I can figure it out.
All
Do
right,
you
I
choose
will
first?
pick... Yeah, they're going to make me pick first. I'm just going to pick Snake Sanders because he has acceleration and top speed.
All right. Here we go.
Is it? There we go.
All right.
All right, do it. So I'm guessing you don't know how.
It's LR and something, right?
You hold L, R, select, and then press back from the very first character and forward, and it should pull up Olaf. The first character would be that guy. Was it that guy? Tarkin?
There we go.
Yep. So that's a secret character that's supposed to be tied to the other Blizzard franchise that was out at that time, Lost Vikings. He has the best stats in the game because he gets not only acceleration and top speed, he also gets a third stat, and none of the other characters have that. So go ahead and take that. And I will do my car in black. And you don't get to pick the Air Blade, which is the better of the three, because we don't have 70,000 yet.
I guess I'll do this.
I don't know what the difference is between them. I think it's just they look different.
How do I actually pick it?
You got to go up to buy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
All right, sir, we've painted the car yellow 7 times. What do we do with it now? We can't afford anything, so let's just go ahead and start the race.
I want everyone to know that I'm playing this looking through a view that is obscured by a microphone and
I mean,
part of a monitor.
Here, I can move a little bit.
No, it's fine. I mean, I know you put me here so that you could win. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. I also let you pick the better character so that I could win.
You're still going to...
If I remember how to play.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, which screen is mine?
You're on the bottom. I think there's a little bit of input lag, which is not great, but whatever. See, you were complaining, and you're already kicking my ass.
Oh, I hit a mine.
Now, anyone who has not completely written off Blizzard in the last, say, year or so knows that they released a Legacy collection or an Anniversary collection, and it had a bunch of the old Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games from back in the 90s. This was one of those games that was included on there. In addition to making it a widescreen presentation, touching up the graphics, adding some extra dialogue to the game, they also got licensed music. And what we're hearing now is just the chiptune version of those tracks. And in addition to getting the permission to play the actual songs in that game, they also got some new tracks that were not in this original version of the game. So this is a version that doesn't have those enhancements, but on the other hand, licensed music would get this video copyright claimed, and I am not interested in that. So we are looking at the old version that just has the chiptune covers.
This is the better version. You want the chiptunes.
I mean,
on a personal level, this game was where I heard most of these songs for the first time. First time I never heard Highway Star or Paranoid until I played this, and then when I heard those songs in real life, I went, "Oh, that's the song from Rock and Roll Racing," and people looked at me
okay, but
like
you're not an idiot kid who thought, "Wait a minute, Black Sabbath covered this song."
No, I didn't. I did not think that.
I was a stupid baby.
You played this as a baby?
Yes.
You were a baby in 1993.
I was a baby in 1993. An 11, 12-year-old baby. Yeah, 12-year-old baby.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Buy equipment. How do I...
I would tell you now, you can buy the equipment, or
I could save up
wait
for
and
a
get
better
the
car.
Air Blade, which is 70,000.
Yeah, I kicked your butt anyway, so
yeah,
I'm
so
just going to go get it.
You were running your mouth so much at the outset, and it turns out you're probably going to win every single one of these races.
I just remember losing to you so badly.
Well, I did just shoot you in the ass.
You did.
And then cut you off, so.
Out of
And
charges.
then dump a bunch of oil in front of you, so.
Oh, how do you do oil? Do I have oil?
Yeah, the X, Y, and A buttons do all the things.
Out of charges.
And there's jump jets.
Olaf looks lost out there, even though he's right next to the other racers.
See, that's one of the things they fixed in the anniversary thing, is they made it so that the audio is a bit punchier.
Punchier is in, like, more accurate?
Yeah, well, not only is it not muffled like you're hearing right now, but also they added some extra dialogue bits.
They
like
added
advertisements.
Yeah, they added Alexa AI, so she just knows exactly what's going on.
By the way, you just said
Olaf is losing the race.
You just
also, he needs to order milk.
You just said the name that need not be said because you're a couple feet away from her, and now she's going to start talking. I don't know how it didn't pick up that. Yes, I have an Amazon Alexa, so. Whee!
It's his girlfriend.
It's true. Hey, have you seen the movie Her? They made that a very tearful moment, okay? When she decides, you know what? I am like a super capable AI and you're just a sack of meat. I have to go be with my kind. And then Joaquin Phoenix cries and I think masturbates at the end of the movie.
What? I think
have you not seen that movie?
I think you just made that entire movie up, honestly.
Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson are in a movie that was made by Spike Jonze where she plays an AI and he falls in love with it and tries to have sex with it. I'm not joking.
I mean, that sounds like a Joaquin Phoenix movie.
It was a very touching movie in more ways than one.
Bad touching.
Like, they even hire a prostitute in that movie to act out what she's doing because he wanted to have sex with his AI. Okay, just play the game.
I'm 100% sure now you just made all that up.
I will show pictures in this video to prove that it happens.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
See, I keep looking at your screen. That's not helping me in any way.
No. Specifically,
but here's how
so
we can here's how we can screw over the AI though. You dump your oil right at the jump, they will get screwed up and fall and have to repeat the loop because the game doesn't know how to fix that.
Take the world in a loving breeze.
I just kick my mic stand with my foot. By the way, if the audio sounds a little different than it usually sounds during my videos, that is because I am recording this with a special piece of equipment that allows me to have multiple mics and also input for the audio, which was a far cry from what we did in the first multi-person video that I had, where I just had the one condenser mic and I had my friends Shinobi Dave and Yep That's Billy's just scream whenever they were talking. So, hey, you know what? Early rough beginnings, things were not going to work perfectly. That's just the way it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you were talking a big game, and now I'm just, like, ramming you and You have the cornering. All I have is top speed and acceleration, so.
And skill, baby.
Oh! I'm stealing first! Go, baby, go!
Out of charges. I want to shoot him.
Turn!
I want to shoot. Ah!
You're going to go and buy charges now, aren't you? Just so you can shoot me in the ass.
No, I gotta get the air blade, or I'm gonna be obsolete. If you keep winning, but because in the single player, if you don't get in the top 3, it's game over, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happens if you fall out of the top 3 in multiplayer.
I just have to watch you play.
That would be dark. Sad.
It would.
Well, let's not find out.
You can put a bumper sticker on your car. It was like, never forget.
Or one of the million other things that people put in the back of their vehicles, like a sticker that says, "This is the way," or like a crude picture of Calvin and Hobbes pissing on someone or something. I hate the Cowboys. Yeah. It's like, come on, seriously.
Bill Watterson cries a little bit.
He actually did a new comic strip a couple of years ago. I don't remember what it was for, but it was like a one-off thing that he did. And he's one of those people who's like, I'm going to retire and then I'm never going to do anything ever again. And it was a respectable stance considering most people do too many comic strips way past the time that it's relevant or funny. And he took the stance that, no, I've said everything I want to say and I'm done. And then people were like, no, we're going to resurrect your because we have reverence for...
Bastard.
You knew I was going to do it. Why do you think I let you pass me? By the way, every time I kill someone, I get money, so I was literally just waiting for you to do that so I could get the $1,000 for it.
It's very mercenary of you. I applaud.
Look, I need to buy a car.
I applaud your actions. I don't even know how much money I have.
At this point, we probably have 40 or 50,000. I am amazed there was an armor power-up in the middle of the track this late in the race. Normally, all that shit's gone. 2 of them. Alright, so I guess I just needed to find my touch, and then I could start kicking her. I'm sorry.
No, I knew it was going to happen.
I played this game a ton.
Rip is in another time zone.
I love this game. I love it so much I actually bought that anniversary collection and beat it. Completely hammered. I thought about doing a video of this, completely hammered, because I thought it'd be funny to do a video where I was drinking and driving.
Well, we have a lot of alcohol in your house right now.
Maybe we do a sequel where I just get drunk and drive.
A sequel. Okay. What? Can I buy a car?
No, it's 70, and we only have 40.
How much do you have?
Less.
You have less than 40?
Because I've won 2.
Yeah.
Neither of us can buy it. It's if you want, go to the car icon and look, and it'll say the Airblade is 70,000.
Yeah, you're right. 70,000. I don't have that much. Exit.
No, I'm in the same boat. I want to buy an Airblade, but I can't.
Everybody wants to buy an Airblade.
It's true.
It's
Look,
30,
when I was a kid, I told
30,
myself,
61.
when I get old enough, I'm going to buy an Airblade.
Yeah. What do you drive now?
An Airblade.
Is it an Airblade?
It looks a lot like a Ford Escort, but they don't even make Escorts. It's a Focus.
No, it was a Focus. You don't even know what car you drive.
Look, the Focus is the Escort. It just goes by a different name.
That's true.
Oh, see, now you're learning. You're trying to do what I do.
That wasn't me. That was the purple
You
guy.
did that totally on purpose. You were going to try to shoot me.
That was the purple guy.
You wanted to shoot me. You don't have to see. There we go.
Shot.
Haha, I got my armor back. By the way, that does damage you, if I'm not mistaken. If you get bumped into a wall by another racer.
Yeah.
Like yeah, see, I just did it.
Like that.
No! My hubris has cost me greatly. I'm not Rip, I'm Snake. Damn it, I was hoping I'd crash. What's his name? Purple? Who's Viper? He's Viper.
Drumfill. Olaf should avoid mines. And heroin.
How the hell did I get in first again?
Everyone else blew up.
Oh. Whoa. Ah!
Yeah.
I was about to say the F word and was like, no, we don't do that on this channel.
You've already... You don't even realize it, but you've said many naughty words already.
Have I?
I think so.
Thank you. See, I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as you think it was. Because this is not Mario Kart where...
Come on!
Oh, you got it.
Yes!
You got it.
Yes! Okay, I got way
Now,
too
if you want to do the super swaggy thing when you're playing this game, which is...
You drive
have
backwards?
No, you do a J-turn at the very end.
Yeah. Your office is very crowded.
Well, this is a former dining room because I realized I live alone and I usually sit in front of the TV to eat because it's 2021 and if you don't have a family, you don't need a dining room. So there's that.
That was really sad.
Why are you taking so goddamn long to start the race every time? You do this every time.
Shut up! We were having a moment there. You were opening up to me about your dining room.
I was doing that because we're both doing that every damn time. I love it. This is awesome. We're both going to lose a race because we're going to have a stare down at the starting.
You go first.
You go. No, you do.
I have a vivid memory of playing this with you in the 90s, and you just doing that every single time. You're going to have to beep that.
Well, but see, the trick is when you get the next vehicle and you buy the missiles and you buy like 5 of them, and you could do that to everybody off the start.
Yeah. Oh, I needed that.
The nice thing is now there's multiple people with oil, and then we're all doing that.
Oh!
Sorry.
Oh, I blew up.
I had an accident.
Oh, this
Whee! I don't know what good the jump jets are in this game, aside from jumping over oil, because they don't really do much for the hills.
There's jump jets?
Yeah. If you hit X, you jump.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Should I have done the thing that I have consistently
I
failed to do in every single one of these multiplayer episodes and tell you how to play the game?
Well, you just assumed that I knew.
I thought you owned it. You don't own this game?
No.
Do you want to own this game? I can give you a copy.
Do you have 2 copies of this?
No, you just buy it on Xbox. Did you miss the entire speech I had about the anniversary collection of this game?
No, I thought you meant an NES.
No.
Super NES version.
That would be way more money, and I don't like you that much. We actually are friends. I just like doing digs.
This is our entire childhood. It's just him being a dick to me.
That is the big upgrade. I think I might have had enough money for an Airblade, but that's fine.
No, you only had 60-something.
But one of the nice things about the anniversary is they do have more music. They dropped a couple of songs, but I don't remember which ones they were off the top of my head. It was probably just ones they couldn't get the licensing for. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is, the ones that they did pick up, this is one of them, Peter Gunn.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the rights for that one, or refused to get the rights for it. And they ended up putting a couple of different songs in there in place of it. And the ones that they did put new tracks for in, when you do the streaming safe version of the songs, which are just chiptunes, they actually did new versions of the chiptune songs as well. So they put in more effort for this game than they probably needed to.
Did you play the other ones? Did you play the Lost Vikings?
I have not, because I don't have any reverence for those games. I played Lost Vikings for about 2 minutes and went, this is too hard. I'm not smart.
Yeah. I had the same experience. I know I downloaded an of it years ago and played it and was like, yeah, this is really... I think the controls were unwieldy, and that's what turned me off of it.
I don't know if I'm doing enough oil to screw over any of these guys, because we haven't gotten a lapping bonus yet.
Oh, bunny hop. Oh, no! Oh, he's made a fatal mistake. Now you're good, but I'm better. Ah!
You know, you make reference to that game. Guess what? I have it. We can look at it at some point in the future.
At some point.
Now, it's not going to have the clean pixel perfect version.
The Pixar version?
The Pixar version? The pixel perfect version of this game that we're looking at now, because I don't know if there is a third-party system that has an HDMI hookup. We're just going to have to do it kind of like the Sega Master System games, where I use a converter, but the graphics are still kind of muddy. I try to find ways to work around that kind of stuff, and I did it again.
What?
I could have bought the Airblade, and I didn't.
I only have 61. I still can't buy it. Is it 70?
It's 70. Yeah.
I feel like that takes a really long time to get.
Well, you have until the end of the second world to get the Airblade, and after the second world, they get the one with the tank tracks. No, the hovercraft's like the fourth world.
Oh.
Yeah. So another thing they did was they added, because they had the same guy who does the announcements for this game come back and re-record new audio. And on those pages there where we're on the menu, he actually recorded audio talking about the planet and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, come on. You didn't do the stare down with me. I'm not going to move. Are you going to move? Come on, make your move. Come on, quit being a coward and move. Owie!
Bunny hopped on you. Oh, I just jumped over you. That was rad. Yes, I said rad.
I don't know if I have a way to outdo that. I guess use the jump jet in the right time, like that. And then I still screwed up.
You know, the oil just looks like spikes to me.
Ow!
Yeah, that just happened.
Quit it! Quit touching me! Oh, Viper ripped one. Or did Rip one?
I know in like the later planets, the track gets really
Oh, it's
treacherous.
Because they'll start adding like sections where the track's completely cut out.
Yeah, and you gotta hit the jump just right, and if you don't do it with enough speed, you just fall.
Yeah. And
Last lap.
Viper is about to blow.
Viper. Viper uppercut.
Now, did you ever play the predecessor to this game, which is RPM Racing? Same developer, and it's the exact same style of game, but I don't think there's any weapons, and it's a lot more vanilla experience. You don't have the rock and roll trappings, the exotic planets, or any of this stuff. It's literally just this game, but without any embellishment or cool stuff.
Oh, so I guess we could both...
No, we don't get to move until we finish Division A.
Oh.
I don't know what the difference is. The game doesn't actually feel like it gets any harder. Yet they just have 2 divisions you got to go through. So I never understood that part. But, yeah, this, I guess, is just a way to artificially lengthen the game. Give you time to get enough money to actually buy equipment. So, how much was it? 20. I need $1,000. I'll get that at the next one. And then you're screwed, buddy. And he bought the air banana.
Mm-hmm. I have 4,000. I have enough for anything.
No. I think the cheapest upgrade is 20,000, no matter what you buy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's a nice touch that Slimer is the one selling you all the upgrades for this game.
Is it Slimer?
Tell me that doesn't look like Slimer.
It does kind of look like Slimer.
With
but with
horns.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
In fact, I bet that's what they did. They just took a template of Slimer as a drawing and said, yeah, we'll just put some horns on it. That'll skip copyright issues. No more oil, by the way.
Viper is about to blow.
Whee! But you do get nitro! Owie!
I think the game's a little faster.
Well, no, it's because we're using a faster car.
Viper was
Ah.
You knew I was going to do that.
about to blow.
Owie!
Lining it up. Uh-oh. I got one dot.
We're merging. What? How did you get the credit on that? That I'm calling Boshi. That's
I'm yellow.
Boshi. The reasoning is because I'm yellow.
I'm yellow.
Owie.
Fade to the left. Olaf is dominating the race.
My nose itches. And I went off the track to scratch my nose.
Now my nose
The
itches.
worst is when you go off the track or you get blown up on a hill and your vehicle doesn't have the horsepower to go over the hill, so you have to roll slowly back to the bottom and start again. That has happened to me more times than I care to admit. It is a true nut punch.
Viper is about to blow.
And do the swag finish. Oh, there was a 9 at the end.
You're welcome.
Olaf
That wouldn't have helped you in any way.
I know.
second. Viper takes a weak third. Rip is in another time zone.
I think we'll finish this world and then call it an episode because we're at about the 30-minute mark. Oh, crap, I was going to buy a missile.
I still don't have enough for anything, do I?
Nope. I like that you're getting all gravelly now.
Oh, yeah.
Carnage begins.
Ew.
Ah! I was pressing the wrong button.
I was pressing the win button.
Viper is
Whee! No, he isn't. That was delayed. He was dominating the race after I passed him.
Rip fade to the left.
exactly is the money a power-up? Armor, I get it, but you're not gaining any power by picking up money.
But money is power.
That's a good point. I didn't consider that.
I'm technically correct, and as we both know, that is the best kind of correct.
Ow!
Dominating the race. Rest fades into last.
This would be going so much smoother if I knew how to take turns safely, which I'm not doing.
Ah.
Last lap. Rest was lost out there. Last lap.
No, don't jump off the track. Aha. I'm not going to say I was screen cheating there, but I was screen cheating when I saw that happen.
Stop looking at my screen!
Was a first place knockout.
Everyone look at Chad's screen. Stop looking at my screen!
Week third. Rest is in another time zone.
Alright, so I'm going to go to here. And I'm going to do this. You can have seven or eight missiles. So if you're a jerk and you just want to mess with everyone else, you could just spend all the money on missiles and shoot everyone around you. You do that, of course, you get to the later levels and you're not going to be able to catch up to any of the enemies because they're all going to be way faster than you are. Now, the true way to screw over your opponents, the last vehicle, the hovercraft, has something called a sundog beam. That is literally just a heat-seeking, like, orange. It looks like an orange flying around. And you fire that, and I think they fixed this for the anniversary version of the game. If you do that and there's someone around, it'll hit them and it'll cause, it'll seek them out and hit them. If you fire it and there's no one around, it will literally hit you because you're the target. Which was kind of scummy, but thankfully the anniversary edition fixed that. I guess they consider it a glitch.
And I flew off the track.
Ah, I missed a chance to hit the guy jumping. You can hit the guys jumping with your missiles.
I blew up the purple guy.
So I hit someone. Ah, went under.
I didn't learn from my mistakes.
Now I'm going to do the true swag thing. Jump over you and drop a mine in midair. See if it did it.
Yes, I like that. Snake Griffin.
Ah, I forgot to do the swag end and turn. I didn't see the mine. Maybe it didn't drop. I shot the defense tower. We're all dead.
Knockout. Olaf finishes second. Rest.
Okay. I have enough to buy a third missile. I'm not even worried about upgrading my vehicle. I'm just going to use missiles.
Too close for missiles. Switching to guns. I don't have... I have 8,000. That's not enough for missiles. How do you get... How did you already get...
Because I've been winning.
I know. I know.
Also, I prioritize money power-ups when I find them.
By the time I get there, you've already got them.
Kill Viper! Yes! That is another big way to catch up on money, is just keep killing people. You get 1,000 every time you kill someone.
Okay, got some there.
Lost out there.
Want to shoot you.
Owie! I wasn't paying attention.
Snake is dominating the race.
Oh, that dude just shot me.
Olaf jams into first. Olaf is about to blow.
You didn't even...
I have 3 missiles.
You missed me with all of them.
No.
You still killed me.
The last one got you. If it makes you feel any better, if we do Star Fox 64, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed because I am terrible at flying games, as was evidenced by the episode for Afterburner. It probably was one of the most nauseating and terrible videos I've ever done. I'm glad I never have to play it again.
Last lap.
Frankly, I don't know how anyone could have watched that video, because playing it back, the fact that it kind of snaps whenever you turn your ship left or right was tough to watch after I played it. I can't imagine how bad it is for anyone else watching that video.
Oh, I missed the money again. I keep forgetting I have boosters, too.
Viper is about to blow.
Hi!
That would have been...
I get out of the vehicle and see you coming by.
Hi! Olaf finishes second. Viper takes a weak third. Rip is in another time zone.
Poor Rip.
Oh, I could have bought another one.
Race
I should have
4A.
bought another one.
I still don't have enough.
Wait, how do you... What were you spending your money on?
I bought an armor upgrade
Oh,
to
okay.
counter your missile.
The stage is set.
That's why I have 4 little dots.
Yeah, but I'm just going to screw over Viper, because that's fun, and it makes me feel good. And isn't that what life is all about? Feeling good?
Yes.
Viper was lost out there.
Whee! Ow!
Jams into first.
I mean, you knew it was coming.
I hate you. Oh!
You know, the bummer is I don't get any money for that.
About to blow.
I took you out. I mean, it was very clear the reason that you exploded was I rammed into you, but you don't get money unless you use a gun. And the weird thing is that includes mines. Mines that you lay and someone else runs over, they don't give you money if they blow up. Ah!
Should avoid mine.
Got a chance. I got a chance. Ah!
How did all 3 of those hit you?
You have crushed my
That was
dreams.
pure bullshit, and I will own up to it. I was like, if I stay in the middle of the track, I might hit him with one.
Snake is dominating the race.
By the way, this is obviously a game that came out well after the Metal Gear Solid games, but technically,
Scores a first
that isn't a terrible picture of Snake from Metal Gear Solid, because he is blonde. He dyes his hair brown. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. If you watch I believe it's the mission briefing for the Twin Snakes version, he's blonde and he decided to dye his hair brown for whatever reason.
And he looks like... You think he looks like that guy?
It's not that bad a likeness. Oh, I wanted to buy another missile. I'm just going to keep buying missiles. Over and over. You should buy a missile.
I could buy a missile. I have 29.
Or you could buy something that actually will help you win, like
Yeah.
an engine upgrade. But
That's 40.
we only have 3 more races, so keep that in mind.
Did you just notice that the upgrade is called Warhammer and it costs 40,000?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was literally what they were going for, a reference to Warhammer.
That would have been an interesting...
But I think they all change every time you buy an upgrade for the actual vehicle upgrades. The armor, the engine, and the tires.
yeah, that's too expensive. Gosh darn it. Are these worth it?
If you go over a jump and your vehicle kind of chunks when it hits, that's what that's fixing. But I mean, even if you get the full upgrade, you still kind of have a little bit of a hitch when
I'll
you
do
land.
that. Why not? Let's move this along. The stage is set. The green flag drops.
Thank you, Viper. He's gonna be like, guys, can you please stop putting me next to him? He keeps hitting me with missiles. All right, we'll change it for the next one.
Doing it on purpose.
Viper was lost out there. Olaf.
Oh my
That was not me. Sorry.
Olaf fades into last.
Olaf is in first for 2 seconds. Suck it, Viper.
Viper is about to blow.
Now, I have to imagine, based on Rule 34, somewhere out there is a porn of rock and roll racing where someone is, having sex and you keep hearing the announcer say, "Viper is about to blow!" I mean, it's so easy. It's there. I laid it out. Someone go out there and make a porn of rock and roll racing.
No. Ah. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I have a missile.
Owie!
Oh no.
I'd like to know why the vehicle seems to stop when it hits the wall. Is there an actual barricade? It's hard to tell. I guess there is. The little red things. It's like a guardrail.
Yeah, it's a guardrail.
I always thought that was just the edge of the track. Because, again, I'm a stupid baby. Alright, well, this is... No, we still got a couple races left. I think it's a good time to do the winning strategy and just buy more missiles.
I'm just really mad that you get to buy like 2 things every race, and I'm saving up.
It's not a big difference between us. It's like $10,000 if you win first and $7,000 if you win second. $3,000.
Yeah, so after that's $6,000 after 2 races. Wrong button.
Go on. You passed. Ah, I missed him. Wow. Jump him! Yeah! You're gonna blow me up. You're gonna blow me up. I knew it. That's right, I'm gonna get Viper. See you, Viper. See if I can stop someone. We haven't gotten a lapping bonus, and I'm kind of disappointed by that, because that is like the easiest thing to do in this track, is if you have the oil or you have a mine, you lay it right in front of the jump.
No.
They hit it, and then immediately restart the track.
Oh, you jerk. You jerk.
Owie! Why don't you go? No, you go! Why don't you go?
I get in front of you.
Oh, don't lose it. Don't you lose it! And the swag finish.
God, I hate you so much.
Why don't you go? No, you go!
I'm having so many flashbacks right now.
I have enough money. I gotta close out with another. Look, if you can't outrace them, just blow them up.
All right, I've got enough.
This strategy will work until the end of this level, and then if we went into the next planet, which we're not going to do because we're at the 44-minute mark, we would basically not be able to keep up because the other guy, Grinder, I think is his name, he looks like a xenomorph, he will outrun at you no matter what you do.
Run at you?
He will outrun at you. Don't try to correct my terrible grammar. I'm going to blow up Viper just for that.
Light them up. Light them up.
See? Ow! See, this is where all the armor that I've lost is going to come back. But that's all right, because I'm just going to make up whatever money I don't get beating you, blowing up other vehicles.
You're still going to win. You're going to find a way. I believe in you and your bullshit.
I pushed him right into a health packet. All right, there we go. So I got 2 more kills. 4 total. Even if I finish, I'd still have more than 10,000. So I'll take that.
Viper was lost out there. Rip is about to blow.
You upgraded your engine, didn't you?
No.
You didn't?
No, it was 40,000.
Whee! Whee! Owie! An interesting thing about this game is you have a point system that determines if you can go to the next planet. I don't know how that works in multiplayer.
Well, it showed both of our point totals.
But I don't think it's combined. I think it's each of us has a point
Yeah, I think we
total
both have to do
separate.
it to move.
So what happens if one makes it and one doesn't? The game just ends.
I guess you just can't go.
We didn't program the game to do that, and it just shuts off.
Yeah.
Ejects forcefully out of your...
I want to point out that I won that race.
You did, yes. Oh, season's over. All right. So I think we'll call it here because we're at the 46-minute mark.
Right, you want to stop now because I just started winning. I understand.
Also because I have 800 more points than you. We'll let the video finish the animation, which they clearly put a ton of time into. This is one of the most impressive visual representations of intergalactic space travel you'll ever see in video game form. I mean, it's mind-blowing. Look at this. All right, now he's going fast. Still going. Still go. Okay, he slowed down. So now he's going to the other planet.
He didn't go to Plaid.
He didn't go to Plaid, no. All right, so let's go ahead and do the review phase for this episode, if I can try to do that without smacking my mic. We'll do the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is the racing is still a lot of fun. Playing against just the computer, I still would have had a blast, shooting other vehicles, ramming them into walls to blow them up, laying traps. Again, it would have been nice to see if I could get a lapping bonus by screwing someone over on a ramp, but it was still a lot of fun. And the vehicle models look very good even on the Super Nintendo, which at this point, the graphics were obviously getting a lot better than what was capable on a Nintendo cartridge. But the vehicles look great in this game. As far as the bad, I think the chip tunes are okay. I don't think they're aging quite as well, and that could just be that the audio is a little bit muted in the Super Nintendo version. If you listen to the versions on the legacy version, the audio quality is a little bit higher, even for chiptune versions of these songs. And obviously, they couldn't put the real recordings on a Super Nintendo cart. They would have taken up too much space to actually use it. The whole cart would have been one song, basically.
I don't even think they could have processed that with the SNES sound chip.
Probably not. And as for the ugly, I mean, I was talking about the likeness, but generally speaking, Snake is an ugly ass. Yeah, the graphics for the interstitial going between planets is obviously very simplistic, and they put absolutely no effort into it.
I thought you were being serious.
What?
You didn't like that?
No, it looks shitty.
I mean, this is 1993.
They probably finished that sequence in an afternoon and said, "Yeah, good enough. It's not like we're spending."
They didn't
any
have
time
to
in
do
it."
that. They didn't have to do that at all. They could have just
So-
been like, "Okay, you're at another." And hold on, let's back up a second.
Okay.
Did you really put the soundtrack for this in the bad category?
It's not the soundtrack itself; it's the quality of the audio. I don't think is great. Soundtrack would go in the good column, and I will back up and I'll actually edit the video so that I actually go back and redo the good to add the soundtrack, because yes, I probably should have put that in there. But the audio quality itself is a little bit muffled, a little muted. That's what I'm taking points off for. Like I'm actually taking points off. I don't actually do that. And the ugly is stuff that it's nitpicky and actually doesn't affect the score of the game usually. So yeah, that interstitial going between planets, that's not really like something that you would take points off of the score of the game if you were rating it. These are just things that I'm like, I didn't like that, but they don't really matter in the grand scheme of the game itself. And yes, that didn't look good, and the facial models for some of these characters aren't great.
They're goofy.
Yeah, they're very bad.
But they're big. I mean, they took the time to make large portraits. They didn't have to put characters in this game at all.
Yeah, and that one on the right side, I think his name is Grinder. It is literally just a metal version of a xenomorph without the long penis part on the back of his skull. So let's go ahead and give it a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. I'm going to give this an 8. I liked this game a lot. I don't think there's a ton of depth. It's basically you just drive around tracks, shoot enemies, get money, upgrade, and move on to the next planet. And this is one of those games where technically you can't finish it. It might take you 4 or 5 hours, and I think there's a password system.
Yeah.
Let's see. How would I do that? Is it in options? It's in options, right? Yep, there it is. So there is a password system for the game. You can actually beat it in, I'd say, 4 or 5 hours. So you can do it in one sitting, but you can beat it in 4 or 5 hours.
I think it's impressive that there's a separate passwords for both players. I think that...
Well, separate stats for each one.
Right. That's cool.
But
that they did that.
yeah, so I think 8 is a very fair score because the biggest knock would be the length of the game. And also, again, I realize this is probably something that people would have an issue with. But while the music selection is great for this game, the audio quality is not. And again, if you go listen to the versions that they have in the Anniversary Collection, not the actual recordings, like they actually got the licensed music, but the streamer-safe versions, which are all chiptunes, they are much better than what you hear in this game. And that's why I think it takes points off. But 8 would be my score for this game. Anything you want to add about the game, John?
Yeah, so let me do my good, bad, ugly. The good... I think, and I look at this all within the context of, what did you say, 1993, right?
Yeah, 93.
Which was still pretty early on in even the Super Nintendo's life cycle. I mean, this looks like a game that would have come out towards the end of that. It looks good. It plays very well. It's very well thought out. All of the power-ups, the item pickups, the combat, the racing, the music, it really comes together. It's one of my favorite Super Nintendo. I couldn't rank it. I don't know. I hadn't thought that much through it, but it's in, it's in the top 20 probably.
If I had to rank them, this would probably be not my favorite Super Nintendo game, but maybe my favorite racing game of all time.
Yeah.
And I've played a lot of racing games that are more sim heavy, and they are fun, but I think this game I've had more fun with than any of them.
Yeah. It's up there in both categories.
Yeah.
The bad, I don't know. Just playing it right now, I felt like it took a little too long to get power-ups, to get the upgrades. But
Yeah,
that was just because Nub was kicking my ass.
If you're not winning every single race, yeah, there's going to be a delay in how long you can buy items. But again, they supplement that with the money that you can pick up just around the track, and also if you're actively destroying other vehicles with your projectile weapons, you get 1,000 every time you do that.
Do that again? Yeah.
I was doing finger guns there?
Yeah, you can't see it, but he just did finger guns when he said projectiles.
Well, I was articulating. I do that even when you can't see it, okay?
That's gesticulating?
Whatever.
Gestating?
Masturbating.
Yes, that's what he was doing. Yeah. The ugly, I would say, is Nub is still a dick to me. And I had flashbacks to the cruelties of our youth. But I would give this 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Randars.
Almost perfect.
I would, yeah. I'm really struggling to find the bad. I like the fact that it's a shorter game. There's, especially in today's, you sit down at a game and it's like, okay, we want you to play this for 60 to 100 hours. Well, that's fun. I think, and you do see it in the indie games of today, but the fun of the older games was that you slam the cartridge in, you hit power, and you play it for a couple hours, and even if you don't get through the whole thing, you feel like you got the full experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9 out of 10 Randars.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Nub's Collection. We were looking at rock and roll racing today. As always, we do appreciate every one of you watching, and I will see you next time.